Akko here, welcome to episode 4 of my Feed the Beast DW20 series. Now, I've been a bit busy this morning doing stuff around the base because my house has been very noisy this morning, so I couldn't really record, but I have been playing, so I've been playing rather than recording, and I've done a few things. One thing, I've set up a little farm area up here. This is just a water source in the middle. I put a lily there just so I don't fall in the water when I walk by. I've just made 4 little 3x3 areas. Now, these are just cotton plants. These are the pink seeds that you get when you break stuff. Now, if you click that, you get a cotton ball. Those you can craft into either wool or string. Once you get one of these automated, they're very good source of string and wool, so you don't need sheep or anything. But for now, this is just manual, so I can just grab a bit. Now that one hasn't grown, unfortunately, so I'm only going to 8 here. Whereas if I had 9, I could have had 3 bits of string. But there we go, there's a source of string for the minute. These other 3, I'm using IC2 crops. Now, what that means is, if you break that, you see there, I've got these crops. Now, there's maybe something new and interesting that you can do these instead, but for now, I can always change these out later. For now, they're called crops, there they are. All it is 4 sticks, and you get 2 per 4 sticks. And what that lets you do is, you don't have to replant stuff. So I've got reeds here, whereas before I had reeds. They grow really quick, really good. If you're using reeds as a fuel source, some kind of automated way of doing this with Manufacturer Reloaded, or it's probably other ways these days, lets you grow reeds really fast on them. It also lets you grow netherwort on dirt. So instead of having to have soul sand and having to keep replanting them, you can just do that fully growing it. So that's why right clicking and doing nothing. And of course, I've got the wheat on there as well, but I don't really need wheat. I just thought I'd nearly coughed then, but didn't. I just thought I'd do them to use that other plot up really. So I've done that, and then I've got some oak trees planted around it. Then up here, I've not actually given myself a way up, which is a bit silly. Up here, I've been using a bit of wood, so I've got a little spruce. Oh, don't go near him. You can stay there in the trees. A skeleton over there. I've got a little spruce farm, manual, well not a farm, just a spruce plantation up there, and just down here, just well, because I had some seeds, not that I'm planning to get into witchery just yet. I've got some witchery plants there, but just in case you was wondering what there was. And speaking of plants, I've also collected, but I've done nothing with yet, some Botania plants. Now, about 3 or 4 people have let me know that there's a plant in Botania called a fallen canard, or canade, I'm not sure how you pronounce the second word. I'll show you what it's called. It's a fallen canard. I want to call it a canard. There you go. You see, to craft it in a petal apothecary, you need some mana petals, a rune, so it's all stuff that I've never done before, but I've been watching a couple of videos, so I've got my head around how Botania works, and I'll be doing that pretty soon because that gives regen. And I am, of course, playing with no regen, which is why I'm having to munch these golden apples all the time, like that, to get my health back up for now, until I get some gas tears and can make regen potions, which I've not done yet, actually, but mainly because I've not got many arrows. Have I got any arrows at all? Oh, 5. So yeah, I've not really done that yet. Let's put that stuff in there. There we go. And so I will be getting into Botania pretty soon. It's a mod I've never played with before, but it's pretty intuitive and it's pretty easy to follow. The first thing you do for it, I've just added a couple of tidy bits in there. I've got my iron armour on, by the way. My dark steel armour is in here. We're going to get on with upgrading that in just a bit, but for now, yeah, I've just put it on the thing in here until we upgrade it. So you make this guy. It's called Lexicana Botania. And that's just any normal book with any sapling, so make that. There you go, book and sapling, any sapling gets you that. And it's all pretty straightforward, it tells you how to get going and all stuff like that. So what I'll be making is a petal apothecary and making some plants to get mana. It seems everyone uses things called solar blooms, day blooms. There's day blooms and nightshades, so I'm wondering if you could put them next to each other so you can have daytime and nighttime power. Basically, Botania, if you've never used it, you've got plants that generate mana, and that mana can be used to power other plants that use mana. That's a simplified version. And then the plants that use mana have an effect, so like regen or what's the effects on me? Absorb. Oh yeah, of course, it's just an apple. Um, so you can have for example, you can have plants there that are generating mana, sending through a couple of devices called a mana spreader or a mana pool to a plant here that uses mana to create light, for example. Not that I don't know if there's one that does light. Anyway, speaking of lights, I made some of these guys. Tied my base up. I've got a couple in there, I think. The Ender IO lights. It's an inverted one, so I've combined it with a redstone torch to make it an inverted one. But the basic one, glowstone block, some glass, and some iron. And for a 7x7 room like this one, they light it up very nice. Unfortunately, for a 9x9, they don't do the outer ring. Now, I knew that because, look down here, I cleared this room out, just so I've got myself a bit more building space. So if I put one of them in the middle there, then these corners were dark. So I've had to stick with torches down here. I put one in the middle there, so I don't have to have a torch in the middle of the floor. Nice little lights, them, I like them. So if you're building 7x7 rooms, 7x7x3 high, they light the room nicely. So I've got one down there, one down there, and that's the water source for the farm there. I just thought I'd put a bit of glass under it. One there, and of course one there. So there we go, that's how we're lit up. I'll keep going through the base stuff that I've changed. I made a jabber barrel. Jabber barrels are pretty straightforward. It's just that guy there, some logs around a chest and a slab, and because I got to, like, well, I'm up to 6 stacks now, nearly 7 stacks anyway. This, I say, I'll be automating this, and I'll be using this a lot because I'm going to be enchanting a lot of stuff. So yeah, I've put a barrel there, put it in the end, so I can just come down here, grab the berries, throw them in there for now manually. Now in here, this chest was getting too full, so I made it into the next level of strongbox. So before it was the one that used tin, I've upgraded it again with invar, 4 blocks of invar around the strongbox. So there's a tin one, with only 2 slots, rows I mean, columns, rows, yeah. And now it's got 4 rows, so that's okay. I've got a bit more room for storage in there, and as you can see, all my stuff's processed. I made a bit more dark steel because I'm going to be needing that as well. And I'm going to need some more obsidian as well, which I ain't got now. And nothing in there that I've crafted, is there? Oh, yes, there is. A couple of things I've crafted. I've crafted a chisel. No, you've seen that yesterday. I crafted a scoop just because I had a bee in the wall down there, and I was curious to see if the bees had aspects on, and they don't. No, the thaumcraft aspects. In some packs I've played before, the bees have had thaumcraft aspects. I've been scanning everything. I wonder if they've got aspects. Oh, they have. I've been scanning everything, and I've pretty much got everything that can be scanned has been scanned. So I've got all my aspects in my research table, which I'll get to in a minute. Nothing else interested in there. All there. Nothing interested in there. Right, so these are both fullish. Yeah, that's full. And that's fullish. And there's nothing happening in here at the minute. I did some mining yesterday after I'd recorded, so I've got a small amount of resources to start making stuff, which is good. Now, nothing in that chest. Yeah, I've showed you that chest. That's the tiny stuff. In this room, then, I've been collecting aspects. So I've got all the aspects unlocked, apart from, I think, Vitium, which is the tainted stuff, because I found no tainted biomes, and possibly one other. Although I think I might have Venom. I think I've got them all open now, yeah, apart from Vitium, which is the taint one. So they're all open. Just in case you didn't know, these stars, these little shiny star things in the corner, means that if these get down to 0, they'll regen 1. So if you're not familiar with thaumcraft, when you scan things, I can't scan anything now, but when I scanned that wood planks, I would have got so many arbor when I first scanned them. That's this tree symbol there, so the points that I would have got would have gone into that arbor there. So you can see I've scanned a lot of wood stuff. Because that's got a star, if I used all them up, it went down, that'd regen back to 1 from 0. And the way that you get the stars is by what you have around them. Now I've got 2 bookcases there and 2 bookcases behind, because that seems to add stars to quite a few. Now something else that I think adds stars to quite a few. So actually, yeah, I make one of each that I can up to now. I've not actually got all 6 of the shards yet. I've not got the white ones. And what's the other colour I'm missing? There is 6, isn't there? Or is there 5? I can't remember, you know. Basic found me stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Yellow. Oh, green and white. Okay, so the green and white ones are the ones I'm missing. What I'm going to do with these is just craft 6 of each into a crystal, and I'm going to sling them on the wall. Now this isn't a waste of these, even if it does do anything, because I'll show you, just for the sake of showing you, you can break that, you'll get all 6 back. So it's just like you're storing them on the wall. So it might be that these add a bonus, and they might not. I'm not 100% sure. If I look in there now, nothing will have changed, but if I come back in about an hour or two's time, then some more of them may have those symbols on because of those crystals. I don't know yet though. Anyway, I've done some research. I'm not going to dwell on thaumcraft very long. I've done some research. I've done the basic researches in the basic information tab. So I've done research expertise, research mastery, deconstruction table. Now research mastery was a forbidden knowledge, which means I've acquired a small amount of a thing called warp, which is a negative effect, and it's been manifesting with, every now and again I get like a heartbeat sound and just the edges of the screen go a little bit dark, and it lasts about 3 or 4 seconds. It's nothing, but it's just to let you know that, oh, I'll point it out when it happens anyway, but it's been happening maybe once every half an hour or so. And I've done this side, advanced node tapping, node preserver, master node tapping, so now I can get V out of nodes using a wand without, I can get them quick aim without damaging the node. And one other thing, I'm just going to do this quickly, just in case you are interested in thaumcraft. Don't want to do a lot on it, but I'll show you how you do a research. So I've got a piece of research in here. Now to get that, what I did was, you need describing tools in your inventory and a piece of paper, and you go to the bit of research you want. So because I've not actually researched these yet, if I clicked on that I'd get another research in my inventory, but I've already got it. It says there, look, you've already got this research in your inventory. If I was to click on, there's a flashing one, look. Oh, I can purchase that one, and let me find one, there we go. So if I was to click on that, I'd get that research in my inventory. In fact, let's click on that. There we go. So you see I've got a new research there, so I just clicked on that, and it used one bit of paper, and I'm not sure if it uses a bit of the ink out of there, but just using it, ink sac to put the ink back into there, so that's nothing to worry about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show you how to do research, and then that'll be all I'll be doing on thaumcraft this episode, so yeah, don't turn off too quickly. Now, I use a little research helper called, if you Google thaumcraft 4.1 research, and what you do, so I've got census there, I've got aurum there, and I've got 3 gaps in between. So on the research helper, you can do it all manually if you want. I'm not stopping you, but there's a lot of research to do, and it gets very tedious after you've done it 2 or 3 worlds. But on this, you put in, so if I put in aurum on the top, if I put in census on the bottom, I type in 3 minimum steps, I find a connection, and it tells me that I need air, then volatus, then air. So nice and easy. Air. If I put a volatus in between, they're now linked to the little line going between. Now the reason why they're linked is because if you look at volatus, it's got the air symbol and the motor symbol. So volatus is made of 2. They're all made of 2 apart from the primal ones, which are what your 6 crystals are. They're primals. So your primal ones, for example, air, aqua, they're 1. All the rest are made of 2, and they're made of a combination of the other 2. So what you're doing is, census must have air in it because we've been able to connect to it. Volatus must have air in it because we've been able to connect to it. Oops, I meant to do that. So let's look at the census. And census there you'll see is made of air and spiritus. So that's how you connect stuff. So what we need to do now is precantatio. Let's look what that's made of. So that's potentia and vacuous. Let's put precantatio in there, and let's try and link it with the FTB for lattice. And it's only one for the connection there, but it can't do it through one. What we need to do, because there's nothing that directly has what that's made out of and what that's made out of, yeah? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an aurum in. If you look at aurum, that's got precantatio and air. Oh yeah. And now if we put an air in, this looks a bit weird the way I've done it, but put an air in, so that's connected to there, to there, to there. So now that research is done, the sheet turned into a scroll, and now I've learnt it. I'll put that other one in there for storage. So that's like one core one, which I'll do off camera later on. But now if we look in the book, but you have to take the book off there to update it. If you look in the book, there's a little star there saying there's a new item in Artifice, and that new item is the fact that I have learnt goggles of revealing. So now it shows me how I can craft them in the arcane workbench and how much of each aspect I need to craft them. So now I could go to there, get the right materials. As long as I've got the right amount of V in my wand, I can craft them. So I'll craft them off camera later sometime. And that's how I'm getting on with a bit of thaumcraft on my own. Just don't want to dwell too much on it during the episodes. I should leave these during the episode as well, but whenever I see them, I end up running down here. So what do I want to do this episode? Still haven't got gas tears and melons. We'll come back to that. We did that little bit of dark steel yesterday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make an Ender IO enchanter so I can start upgrading my dark steel stuff. So that's the first. Well, if you look at that, biblio printing room, it's something that I like doing, making the printing press and the book scanner. I can't remember what it's called, but you can get enchanted books and then make copies of them. And I like the way you do it. It takes a bit of work, it takes levels still, it takes a bit of time, but it's a nice semi-manual way of making the enchanting books that I like. You still got to get the right enchanting book first. With the Ender IO stuff, I don't think it needs that because it's going to work out cheaper just using levels to enchant them each time, I think. But there's other stuff that I'm going to want, like repair from thaumcraft and stuff, so I'm going to get one of them, but that's probably not a rush for that. Something I need to make a cobble gen for compressed cobble, because at some point I want to go to the deep dark, because that's where I'm going to be doing my quarrying. So I need to get on with that. Now a real fast cobble gen is using extra utilities, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that yet, so I'll probably just making a thermal expansion block generator. And what I can do with that is you can make one that does cobble, you can make one that does stone, you can make the one that does sand, glass, water. So I'm going to try and get to that to this episode. I've done it before. If you see my other series, it's like a row of maybe 5 or 6 thermal expansion machines and just feeding resources into barrels. So I've got barrel full of cobble, barrel full of stone, barrel full of obsidian once you get lava source and stuff like that. I'm going to need an anvil because you need to anvil stuff onto the Ender IO stuff, as well as I'm kind of misleading you there saying, right, that's for actually enchanting normal enchants, but you can put stuff on the Ender IO armor using anvil as well, but we'll get to that anyway. But the main two things we're going to do now are the enchanter, and we're going to make an anvil as well. And then if I get that done, so I might do a bit of that on camera and a bit of it off camera, I might try and make a little start in Britannia this episode as well. What I need to do then, first, is I want an enchanter for Ender IO. It's this guy here. And for that we need 4 dark steel, 2 diamonds and a book. Diamonds, by the way, I've got a couple more. I think I've got 4 more. And a couple of people have kindly told me, and Dyer also mentioned it on his episode today, that, yeah, 4 more I've got. The Feed the Beast packs at the minute, they have adjusted the levels of resources. So if I just quickly fall down here, Not a creeper. I went past at high speed. I have to watch that when I go back up. I normally a man at 11 because that's where I used to find diamonds. Whereas now, apparently, well, not apparently, a couple of people told me, Spade and Teddy, I think, have both let me know. I'm around about 6 or 7. So I've mined only 8 and I found these 4 diamonds somewhere. Around here somewhere, I think. I've got the 4 that I've got now. That's slam. Yeah, I can hear a zombie as well. So yeah, you've got to mine a bit lower, which makes it fun because you're underneath the lava level. So you've got to be careful that you don't mine into lava, which makes it a bit more interesting, mining, I guess. But there's not a lot of resources about down here. Is that a bit of shiny? I'll have that. See, that's that lava there. They come straight down on me, like an idiot. I stood right underneath it. Bit of tin there, which is lower than you'd expect to see it, but there is some distribution lower as well of stuff that's higher. But I don't think there's any distribution higher of stuff that's lower, if you know what I mean. So you won't get diamonds higher up, but you will find copper and tin lower down. Yeah, look at you. Get away. Cheeky monkey. Right. Up we go. Someone told me off for the wooden ladders. I apologise. They're very low tech solution, and I could have made the stone ladders using cobble. That is correct. I should have maybe, but I like wooden ladders, old school. Yeah. I'll throw that bit of tin in there, and that'll process itself. So there we go. 4 dark steel, 2 diamonds and a book gets me an enchanter, and that's gonna go in. I can go there. If you look at this, what we need is a book and quill plus an item gives you an enchant. You've got this recipe tab here. So if I wanted protection onto my armour, let me show you. I need to first make a book and quill, I guess. So book and quill, I believe, involves a feather. I never actually make many book and quills. Yeah, okay, easy enough. Might end up making 2 of them anyway, so let's have a couple of books. Because I've got all these levels to use, of course. 36 and all that I can use there. So let's take this sword and... no, let's not take the sword for now. Let's take the chest. So what am I talking about here? That's the book. I still need the anvil to put it on the book. Yeah, right. So let's see how this works. So I've got a book and quill, and if I take 4 dark steel, so if I put 1 dark steel in there, it's got an enchantment cost, so 5 levels, and that gets protection 1. I've put all 4 in there, it costs 20 levels, and you get protection 4. So you can actually get the books you want straight away without having to randomly put them on stuff. It's gonna cost you to put them on using an anvil as well, so you're gonna get a double cost, but you're gonna get exactly what you want on your dark plate, on whatever item you're enchanting. So I like it. What I think I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna make a dark steel anvil yet because they are quite expensive. I'm just gonna make a normal anvil. A normal anvil, if I remember correct, is 31 iron. Look at that. I've not made an anvil for months, and I remembered I have got a sad mind. So I can go there. So once we've made this, now let's see what the recipe is. I'm going to want protection 4, certainly. But before we get to that, I'm just going to show you what you can do in an anvil. Look at all the different recipes. We've got fire protection, feather falling, blast protection, all good stuff. One that I really like is an ender pearl. Ender pearl, infinity, so you can get infinity on a bow straight away, which is nice, because infinity sometimes can take several goes to get on a bow, and that'll make it be able to get gas. So as soon as I get an ender pearl, well, my first ender pearl will probably go on that. 30 levels, but I think that's worth it. But there's one way the ender IO thing works. Now, the other bit is adding stuff in an anvil. So if I was to put that in there with, as it says on it, the vibrant crystal, which I cannot make yet because I've got no ender pearls, then that would make that empowered one, so I can't do that yet either. So for now, I am, yes, why not, let's use some levels. So I've just used 20 levels on that, and now I can book that onto that, and that's going to cost me 6 levels. So I've just added protection 4 to that dark plate chest, which is alright. So you can get 2 lots of additions onto this. You can do one via the vibrant crystals. Ooh, what's happened there? Oh, I thought I juked something then. Now, what I'm not sure of is, do you have to do the vibrant crystals before you do the enchant? So that's something I'll have to come back to. What I wanted to do here is I just wanted to actually get some levels off me, just in case I die, so I ain't wasting all the levels. But as you can see, I've got that many levels there. I can do quite a bit of stuff to them. So I'm actually, what I'll do now is I'll take some of these berries, I'll eat a load of them, and I'm going to enchant that set of armour up so it's nice. So I've got protection on it, and probably unbreakable, because I'm pretty sure I will be able to put repair on that because it's not a thaumcraft thing. And I'll use some levels up, I'll get that done, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I changed my mind a bit how I'm going to do it. I decided to, first of all, bring it down here where I've got a bit more room, and secondly I thought I'd go ahead and do the bibliocraft stuff because I enjoy it. I find this bit fun. It's sometimes a little bit, I don't know if it's pointless, I don't know. Sometimes it's a little bit cheaty as well, it depends how far you want to go with it. But I'll show you how you put all this together, and then I'll talk you through what's going to go on. Now, the reason why I decided to do it is because this darker steel is not expensive, but it's a bit expensive for me at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one of these, and I didn't bring no berries. Let me just quickly, I should have done that first, my apologies. Let's I should have got a stack when I right click that, I think. Is that right? Yeah. I should have plenty of berries worth of stuff there, of XP. Let's get some of this munched. Right, there we go, so I'm up to 20. So now, make another one of these books, so to do the rest of this army. And by the way, the reason why you can see what's on it is also part of bibliocraft. I made some of these guys, reading glasses, just a couple of glass planes, iron ingot, and a couple of black dyes. And when you've got that on, it means things on the armour stand. There's a sword pedestal as well, even though that's from a different mod, isn't it? What's the sword pedestal from? Oh, it's from bibliocraft. Cool. I do like sword pedestals, very nice. And in this you can see extra information when you have the glasses on. So you really want a pair of glasses when you're doing this. So if I was to do another 3 of these, I need more feathers, which I ain't got out anyway, but that'll cost me 20, 40, 60 levels, yeah? So I'm actually going to do one more, and I'm going to see what it costs to upgrade it in here. So let's see how we make this thing first. So this is called a typesetting table, and it's pretty cheap. You need one of these things in called a printing press chase, and you also need them to use in it once you've made it, so you need to make a few of these. But it's only wood, basic stuff. And the chase is just slabs around an ingot, and that gets you this. And the chases, so I've got 8 more there, look. The chases, you slot them in the back there, because I've got the glasses on. Tells you how many you've got. Now what I want to do is put the book there, and you see there 40 levels, so it's actually going to cost me the same, innit? It's going to cost me 60 levels. So that is going to cost me exactly the same in levels doing it this way. This way it's going to cost me a book and ink. It's going to cost me more ink, less feathers, but it's about the same. So what it's going to save me is, it's going to save me 8 dark steel ingots at the minute. It's going to take a bit more fiddling around. What you do is, once you put a book there, once you've got the levels and the chasing, so let me get 40 levels, if this is enough. Let's have a look. Might not, because after the higher you get in levels, of course, the more it costs. So here, look, it's 29, so I'll grab some more berries. So it's got to be 60 levels either way. Now, I will. Can you liquefy the berries out of these? Can't remember. If you can, I'll probably end up making this liquid so I can eat it quicker. Oops, went the wrong way. There we go. So 40 levels. And what I can do now is, oops. So now if I shift right click on that, it's made this thing called an enchanted something. Pick that up. It's called an enchanted plate. And it's got protection 4 on it. So it's actually consumed the book. So the book I've just made is now gone. But I've got this thing instead. Then we need this thing. It's called a printing press. And the recipe for that is a bit more expensive. That takes 3 blocks of iron. So that's 9, 18, 27 iron. Plus a weighted pressure plate, which is 2 more iron, so 27, 20, 29, 30. It takes 31 iron, so it takes the same amount as an anvil in iron, but a couple of slabs and a blaze rod there gets you this thing. Now this, you need 2 resources to go into it. You need books. You can put a full stack of books on there, and you need ink. And the ink, you kind of click on about there-ish. There it goes. You can see I've got ink on the thing there. And now, if I put this in here, what that's going to do, it's going to print up to 3 copies of the book. What you can do, if you want to get really cheaty with it later on, is from Found Tinkerer. And there may be other ways of doing this as well, but Found Tinkerer, there is the Found Restorer, that thing there. Now if you've got one of them, you see I've made 1 book there. If I take the plate back out, you see it's taken about 1/3 of its energy off. What you can do with the Restorer, if I had one there, it uses some V, but what it can do is it can repair that plate back to full. So once you've got the plate of each one, once you've put the levels into getting the plate, I could now repair that plate, put it back in, just keep printing protection 4 books, and have spare ones of each. So that's probably what I'll do. There was a different way of doing it last time I used it, but for now I'm just going to use that. Oh, there's no ink. For now I need a bit more ink on there to do that, but now I've actually got protection 4, so let's go over the helmet and the legs. I can handle them in there. I need to eat some stuff before I do. That should be enough. And in fact, before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut again real quick. I'm going to make some of them goggles revealing, because they are the actual upgrade on the helmet you can do. If you look there, you can goggles revealing plus 10 levels in an anvil will let me make that helmet into a helmet of revealing. So I'm going to go do that. I'll be back in a little bit. Right then, that took longer than I expected because my wand did not have enough ignis in it. I only had 3 ignis. So what I've done is I ate one of the fire resists, and I've been in the nether and I killed quite a few with blazes, and I was trying to sort out the thing, make it a bit safer there. I've got 16 blaze rods, so I think I have 2 left, so I've got 14 blaze rods and some blaze powder out of that, and fill my wand up, which was pretty cool. I'll try to make it a bit safer. It's about halfway done, so I'll have to do another resist potion, and it makes massive difference. I only got hit once when I got one spawned right on top of me and melee me a little bit, so I did have to eat 2 golden apples, but makes a lot of difference having the fire resist potions. Really worth it. Right, there we go. There's all the bits for the goggles revealing that you saw me research earlier. 2 thermometers, some leather and some gold. Let's see, I only had 3 of them, so that's what it cost. So I've got that now. Wonderful. Now you see they give us a discount, don't they? 5%. Let's see if the discount stays true in here. So it got me a bit more level as well. I'm going to need some more, I think, so let's take another stack of that. Let's have that one as well. Oh, so addicting. Right, so before I actually put the book on this, I've got some more ink as well and did the 3rd book, so I've got all 3 of them books now. So I am going to, first of all, with the helmet, I am going to, so 10 levels, it makes it into a revealing Yeah, you get the V discount on it as well, still cool. So what I want to do is I want to see if this still works if you've already enchanted the helmet with protection. So I'm still going to do that first, so there we go. And now, yeah, so that still works fine, excellent. So there we go. We've got a protection 4 helmet with revealing on it. And these of course will get empowered when I get the ability to do it. So let's do them as well. Dupe. Yeah, it's just not updating properly. If I shut one off from my inventory, that should all update like it's meant to. There we go. So I need 6. There we go. So I'm getting to the point where I've got half decent stuff now. I'm still not going to use it all yet, but that can be repaired with dark steel as well. I'm not sure exactly how much dark steel it's going to cost to repair it, and I'm presuming that as it gets more expensive due to enchantments and stuff, it'll cost more to repair. So let's have a look on this, what's this costs, just out of interest. Oh, 3 to repair it and a thing, so that's not bad. So we'll see how that goes. Right, so that's it for that bit for this episode. I do need to get the sword graded somewhat as well. Okay then, bit of an abrupt cut there. I was going to go do something else, but then I realised that the video was already over 30 minutes long, so what I was going to do was make some thermal expansion stuff and get some stone gen on the go. But that's going to have to happen next time. So for now, I'm going to say thank you as always for watching. I hope it was entertaining, and I hope you join me next time. Cheers. Bye.